What is up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Live Locks presented by Scores and Odds. If you haven't checked it out already, just making bad life choices, going over to scoresandodds.com where you got picks from me, Meansy, Daniel, all the greats. Plus, you get access to this nice little prop shopping tool that I am trying to pull up right now at the moment. There it is. Boom. Prop shopping tool where you can see exactly what we project, plus where the best line is for each individual prop. And most importantly, you get access to Grant's Action Lounge. What is Grant's Action Lounge? Well, it's where I'm throwing in all my bets every single day. We've been crushing it this month so far. Let's see. 30% ROI, up about 8.5K. Ignore that percentage because bets today haven't settled yet. Have a decent amount of bets. Went 10-5 yesterday, which solid. Not terrible, not bad at all. Yeah, not a bad little day. Oh, 11-5. Got a trade right as a win. So that means up even more. 9K this month. 9K off of just roughly 30K bet. So I'll take that. Solid. Let's get right into it. Drew Rasmussen under 2.5 earned runs. Guy's been pitching lights out recently. Just been absolutely fantastic. It is a rough matchup going up against Toronto. I think it's a 3.5 implied team total for Toronto. It's a coin flip game last time I checked last night. Rasmussen has been very, very good recently. Numbers have been great on the season. Has been in great form recently. Let's pull up his game log. Rasmussen game log. Boom. Pulling it up. Yeah, he's from Puyallup. Huh. Me and him were not too far away. Why isn't the things loading? Why do you suck sometimes, internet? Yeah, 0 earned runs in the last one. 1, 1, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 1, 3. Just been absolutely fantastic, including giving up 1 earned run in each of the last 2 starts going up against Toronto. He's been great. Love this bet here. Not terrible odds looking at minus 155, considering he's hitting at a huge clip. Dane Dunning over 16.5 strikeouts. Dane Dunning, it'll be interesting to see what lineup Oakland ends up rolling out here. If it's more righty heavy, it's fantastic for him, but I'm guessing they're going to platoon out some guys likely Thomas, likely Vogt, who probably is a bit too old to be in the majors at this point, probably Seth Brown, Kemp, all these guys, but it's just not a good lineup going up against righties or lefties. It's just not a good lineup at all, but they're especially bad going up against righties. They have some decent righty bats, so they can platoon out going up against lefties. We'll see if Langeliers is in there. We'll see if Brown's in there. Both those guys strike out a huge clip. Dane Dunning's over 15.5 or 16.5. 16.5 strikeouts, minus 120 over at DraftKings. Plus, I have him over 4.5 strikeouts. I mean, look at this lineup. It's bad. I mean, top of the lineup doesn't strike out. Everyone else is a massive strikeout bat, especially if Langeliers is in there. This is just a spot where Dunning, above average K-rate guy versus righties, below average versus lefties, but this bottom of the lineup is just so terrible that I don't really care. Betting the over of 16.5 outs as well as 4.5 strikeouts. I really like the 4.5 at plus 108 over at Caesars. Next one, we got Patrick Corbin. Patrick Corbin over 15.5 outs, plus 115 at DK, over 3.5 strikeouts, minus 146 over at Caesars. Patrick Corbin, well, he's been bad this season. He hasn't been nearly as bad as people realize. Due for some massive positive regression. Still, while he's getting hit, BABIP has been just terrible for him, like absolutely horrible. 365 BABIP, that doesn't happen. That doesn't continue almost no matter who you are. But looking at last 4 starts, 6.2 innings pitched, 7 innings pitched, 6 innings pitched, 6 innings pitched, 5.1 innings pitched. So he's hit it in 4 of the last 5. The strikeouts have not been there a ton, but it's been against tough matchups. Philadelphia, the Mets, Cincinnati, he hit. San Diego, Cubs, probably should have hit there, but had 7 against the Mets not too long ago. 7 against Arizona, 8 against Atlanta. So is been striking guys out at a solid enough clip, but the main thing is the matchup here is fantastic. Well, Baltimore has been a pretty good team versus righties all season long. and been very good recently. Versus lefties, it's been a whole nother story. Looking at the starting lineup, 25.8% K rate, 308 WOBA. Have not been great going up against lefties. And I think that's just going to continue. I mean, Rutzman has not been a good hitter from the right side of the plate so far in his career. It's not a huge career so far, but as a switch hitter, maybe he just isn't fully ready against lefties. Maybe doesn't have enough practice. Who knows? Gunnar Henderson is going to be lefty, but I mean, you're going to have Hayes, you're going to have Aguiar, you're going to have Mountcastle, you're going to have a decent amount of strikeout bats. So I like the over on strikeouts. I like the over on outs. Both of them are very, very solid bets. Sonny Gray, over 15.5 outs, over 4.5 strikeouts. A lot of the same bet on, or a lot of two bets on a single pitcher today. Easy way to get more money on the board for me. But yeah, Sonny Gray, 24.1% K rate going up against the Royals. The Royals have not been a very good team versus righties. Not been a very good hitting team at all. A lot of young bats. Pasquantino coming back in there is definitely going to help them out. But 23% K rate in the projected lineup, 301 WOBA, 153 ISO. I just got random hair in my mouth. Gray getting solid odds on both these, considering plus 105 on over 5.5 or 15.5 outs, minus 150 on over 4.5 strikeouts. So just solid overall. Kyle Gibson hitting both of his lines too. Kyle Gibson over 16.5 outs recorded, minus 119 over at Caesars. Kyle Gibson over 3.5 strikeouts, minus 167 over at Caesars. Like both these odds going up against Miami. Miami is not a very good lineup. Bad lineup, in fact. 22.3% K rate going up against righties. 287 WOBA. Bad team. Not a good team at all. 130 ISO. Gibson has been rough the last two outings, one of which was actually against this Miami team. Let's pull it up right here. 4 earned runs, 7 earned runs the last two outings. But prior to that, 7 innings pitched, 4.1 innings pitched, 6 innings pitched, 6 innings pitched, 8 innings pitched, 6 innings pitched, 4.1, 6, 7. Guy has been hitting the over of 15.5 outs at a very, very consistent clip against some better teams. The strikeout prop, well, strikeouts haven't been great. Still, he's a guy that's going up against a high strikeout team where he's an average strikeout pitcher. I like it. I think he's going to go late into the game. The guy can be super efficient. I'm hitting both of those. Let's see. I feel like I'm missing a bet in here. What am I missing? Oh, there we go. Football bet for tomorrow night. Eckler over 4.5 receptions. Keenan Allen likely out. Eckler going to get a lot of run in this. You can get minus 110 over at DK. At football, I already have a few from earlier on the week. Don't know if they've moved at all. Let's see. Both Marquez Valdez-Scantling and Hardman over receptions. Let's see. Hardman's pretty much unmoved. Valdez-Scantling, it's gotten worse. Line movement's not on my side there. Probably shouldn't have bet him, but yeah, oh well. It is what it is. Was on a heater and just decided to roll with it. Probably not the greatest move. Joey Wentz, under 3.5 strikeouts. It's low number, but Wentz has not been going terribly far into games. He's kind of had a shorter leash and gets one of the toughest matchups on the board going up against Houston. 15.1% K rate in this lineup, projected lineup going up against lefties. No one here strikes out outside of Pena and Alvarez a little bit. Like they're barely above average strikeout rate hitters going up against lefties. Wentz has been a little bit reverse splits, just hasn't had great stuff so far in the majors. Probably not major league ready. Hasn't been bad, but definitely not playing as well as he was in the minors. So yeah, 18.9% K rate going up against the lowest K rate lineup in the league, 3.5, getting minus 108 on the under, easy money. Edward Cabrera, under 5.5 strikeouts here. Edward Cabrera, while pretty solid overall pitcher, he's been a lot better this season. Can still get a little wild. This is a tough Philly lineup that can beat you up pretty quickly. Not a terribly high strikeout lineup, 22.5%. 5.5 is just a bit too high of a number when you're getting plus odds on the under. I mean, main thing is the plus odds on the under. FanDuel has a drastically different line on this than everyone else. Plus 104. Everywhere else, minus 110, minus 119, minus 120, minus 115. So it's FanDuel that has the bad line. Just say it because of that. They rarely let me get much money down, but that's it. That's the show. Hope you guys enjoy it. We're out of here. Later, kids.